Alright, so hopefully you've watched a couple other videos, you've learned more about text. I kind of did some boring text here, but you could actually learn how to wrap the text along a curve, so if you wanted to kind of go up and around, you could do that. I also imported a image from the internet and then loaded into here and traced it out, and so you can kind of just see I pull this image in. I just searched Victory Motorcycles logo. As in the video, I mentioned that black and white works best, so I wouldn't have wanted to pick this one or something like this down here. Any of these should work fine, so like this or this or this. They're nice and clear and crisp, so that's what you really want to use. And so back in Aerocom, here I have my completed design. Like I said, kind of boring for me, but just to get you the idea, it should help you to figure out, to get your design in and then just be able to do a toolpath. So you do all your designing over here. You want to draw something on your own, you can do circles, squares, whatever the case is. But then once you have it all designed, you want to come over to the toolpath side. And with this little tab over here is my toolpath area. If I just full screen it, oh, you still can't see it, but it's right over, there it is, toolpaths. So I want to come over and click on toolpaths, and it should bring you to this menu right here. These are all different types of toolpaths you can do. So if you do some more complex projects, you can do profiles, pockets, drilling, different engraving. Even down here you can do some 3D stuff, texturing. What we're going to do is a quick engrave. So we want to click on our quick engraving toolpath, which is this T. And then in here you just kind of work top to bottom. You're going to go ahead and select your tool. So in here I already had it selected, but what I want you to find in the tool menu over here is a V-bit 60-degree quarter inch, 0.25 inches. There's a couple of them in here, so just click one of them. And then when you're over on this side, you want to verify that some parameters are set up correctly. So one thing is that my angle is set to 60 degrees. That's my cutter angle. Okay, and then I want to come down here and I want to say 6,000 RPM, 20 inches per minute. If it doesn't say inches per minute, change it. 10 inches per minute of plunge. So my feed rate's going to be 20. My plunge down is going to be 10. And then make sure you're at tool number 4. And then just say OK. Now, if for some reason you forget that, you can always go back into edit and it opens up all these parameters again. Like if I say, oh, actually, guys, I want you to change it to tool number 7, you could change it here. But we want it for tool number 4 right now. Then you work your way down, and I want to have an outline. I probably don't want to fill this in because it would try to color this entire thing in, and the cutter goes to a point, kind of like this, and it would take hours to do it. So we want to do an outline. The rest of it you're going to pretty much leave alone. Now the last thing you have to do is tell it what you actually want to engrave. So we have the tool selected, and we're telling it what to do. What I want to do is come over here and select everything I want to engrave. So I just click and drag, and it highlights it pink. If I miss something and I only do this, it's not going to engrave my name. So I want to get everything. Another way to do that is if you do Control, hold down Control and hit A on your keyboard, it selects everything. So I'm going to go ahead, come over here. I want my depth or pressure, this is my cut depth, to only be a couple thousandths of an inch. I have it set at 3,000ths of an inch. That's what we're going to go with. Once you have that done, so 60-degree quarter-inch tool, all the parameters are set correctly in there. I go to outline, depth of 3,000ths. I hit calculate. It calculates a toolpath over to here. Then I close this out. If I come over to this tab right here, it's preview toolpaths. I can actually do a preview. So it brings up, what it does is bring me from my 2D view to my 3D view. Now this is the path it's going to take, but I can actually see what it should look like when it cuts. And so I can go ahead, preview the selected toolpath. I only have one, and it previews it. Now let's say for some reason you don't like it, you want to change something, then you would go back to your 2D tab. You can change whatever you need to change, but then you have to come back in here, double click your toolpath, reselect everything, and then recalculate. Every time you change something, you have to recalculate and then close that out. Okay, at this point, what you want to do is post-process the code. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is save it. So I will come over here, save my current file. You're going to save this to your U drive. Okay, so I go to my U drive. We're just going to save it as cell phone folder Maddox and save that. So now my file is ready to generate into code, which I'm actually going to make a part 3 video for that. So at this point, you should have been able to set up your project, apply a picture, apply some text, and generate some toolpaths based off your design.